athletic trainers, and this is AT Chat.
Welcome back to AT Chat. I'm Chris Shattuck.
I'm Christina Fry.
And I'm Roderick Williams.
Today we're going to talk about volunteerism. But first, before we talk about volunteerism, I want you to like and subscribe. If you like what you're seeing today, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I forgot to say that the last episode, at DHS_AT. Let's jump into volunteerism. We're all involved in a professional organization in some way, or we have been. I kind of want to go over maybe how you started to get involved in volunteering for your profession and maybe what benefits it has.
Just getting involved in the profession is something that I would definitely highly encourage, just on the basic fact that it's a way that you get to network and meet more people through it, but you also get to advance the profession through volunteering, and it thrives off of volunteers, is how we make things happen in our association. Thankfully, I got started in GHATS when I moved to the Houston area, and kind of worked my way up to where I'm serving in the Houston metropolitan area on the executive board as a secretary. And from there, through the work of that, I was given an opportunity to serve on the communications committee for SWATA in District 6. And through that, I've been able to facilitate and advance the newsletter, which is a great volunteer experience, and I've learned a lot about editing and getting resourcing information to dispel to the membership within SWATA in District 6.
Was it somebody that you knew when you got to Houston and you started getting involved with GHATS, or did you just go out on a limb, maybe get on a volunteer list?
Yeah, well, Carissa Sprayberry actually is who I started working with at Tom Ball Memorial. She was very involved in SWATA in the District 6. I think she was the chair for the YPC committee at the time, and just her involvement and how she was continuously sought for her input in different resources just kind of gave me the blueprint to being involved and why it's so important in advancing our profession and creating awareness for what we do to the general public and to administrators within the secondary school setting and the various settings that we all work in.
Christina, how'd you get started?
So I got started as a SWATA student senator after my sophomore year of undergrad. I applied and I was accepted. I spent the remainder of my undergrad there with them. I served as one of the PR committee members, and then I was the secretary my last year, and again the PR committee member. Once I graduated, I joined the SWATA YPC Young Professionals Committee, and I've been serving on that now for this will be my third year. And then whenever I started here at Dawson, I got involved with GHATS, and I'm currently a co-chair for the social activities committee. And so I've loved giving back to my profession as a whole. I've loved being able to share my experiences with other athletic trainers and students, and it's really shown in the people that I communicate with, because underneath me I've had other students come up and they're like, hey, like, you did this, I want to do it, and so they've joined, they've committed, and then their goals kind of right along with mine. But it's been a very big blessing to give back to the athletic training community as a whole.
So how did you get first started in the SWATA Student Senate? What made you want to do that?
Well, I came home to Pearland one weekend, and somebody told me it would be a good idea to apply.
I did?
I think it was you. And you said, here, fill out this application. And so I was like, okay, whatever this is. I did. Turned out one of my, I guess he wasn't a classmate, but he was in the grade above me, or 2 grades above me at my undergrad, was also a part of it. So I asked him, I'm like, what is this student senate about? What did you do? Like, how did you really like stay involved with it? And he kind of gave me the rundown on it. Shout out to Zach Winkleman. And so I was like, all right, like, this sounds like a great way to be involved, to really kind of promote myself, promote athletic training as a whole, really get students involved, because that was what they were struggling with at the time, was to get students more involved at the SWATA level, to get them there, to get them participating. And so I saw it as a way to really be more involved and help out in that aspect.
And I too have been involved in several areas, local, state, our district and national level, volunteering for different committees. I think that I can remember a specific time when, I think I was an athletic trainer for about 4 years before I got involved in anything. I remember specifically at a SWATA meeting. I believe it was Randy Matthews got up in front of in the Texas Forum at the SWATA meeting and was very upset. People are not even voting. They're not getting involved in their profession. They're all griping about issues within athletic training, but nobody's willing to do anything. And I thought at that moment, this guy's correct, and I need to do something. So I did. I started reaching out and getting outside my comfort zone. Went and worked. I got an email for anybody want to work U.S. figure skating championships. Well, I don't know anything about figure skating, but I said, this might be an opportunity, and I went and worked that. I had a great time, met a lot of great people, and I think that's where it starts, is meeting people and networking, and then you get another opportunity somewhere else. So I was involved, and by doing things like that, I had a website for our high school, which was uncommon at the time. This is like 18 years ago.
Oh, I was like
17 or 18 years ago. So, having a website was kind of a big deal. So we did a website for TSATA, and that kind of led me to other opportunities where I was on the public relations committee for SWATA and NATA. But other things we volunteered for here that maybe make a similar connection is like the Houston Marathon. I think we volunteered for that ever since we've been working here. Dr. Decker is on the medical team for the Houston Marathon, and he's our team physician. So we feel obligated, and I enjoy doing it. It's definitely opened an opportunity for me to work the U.S. Olympic trials for the marathon when they were in Houston. We were one of the first people they called because we help out. We know Dr. Decker, and it's really about who you know. And if somebody tells you otherwise, then they're lying, because you need to know somebody to get in. Now, there are opportunities to get in. Say you sign up on a volunteer list. And take that opportunity. If somebody has said, do you want to do this? And even if it's something maybe you haven't volunteered for or you're not interested in, do it just to get that experience. You may like it, or you may find other people that can help you out along the way. If you say no and you turn somebody down, then they may not be willing to give you that opportunity again. Once that door opens, you better go in.
And I would have to, just to piggyback off of that, is one of the things before I took this position here at Dawson is things that Carissa and others informed me about Chris was that he was very involved at the district and state levels, and volunteering was big. And for me to be still relatively new in the secondary setting of this profession, coming on board and getting the insight that Chris had also helped me to be more driven to participate and be involved in the volunteer aspect. And through him also been given an opportunity to volunteer for the Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine Committee, which has opened up a new avenue, and getting to work with the rodeo athletes has been phenomenal and a great experience, and getting to know the different people that contribute to that committee each rodeo season here in Houston.
Yep. So get involved, and if you're having trouble getting involved, find somebody maybe that can help you in and have that get that opportunity to volunteer. It's fun. You're going to meet new people. You're going to network with people that are going to be able to help you achieve your goals in making this profession great. I don't know if I have anything else other than one opportunity. I think it was really easy for me. That was a really cool experience. Was the U.S. Olympic Committee. And you can go on their website, fill out some information that you want to volunteer, a medical volunteer, and then, maybe months down the road, they give you a call and they say, well, we would like you to come out to one of the Olympic training centers for 2 weeks at a time. These are the 2 dates we're thinking about. Which one can you do? And you better choose one, because if you don't, they're not going to call you again. And that was very simple. I filled out some paperwork, I submitted it, eventually they called me back, and I went out to California and worked at Chula Vista with Paralympic athletes and the BMXers and field hockey, things that I didn't have experience with, and I really had a great experience there, met some great people.
Awesome.
Anything y'all want to add on volunteering?
Just you know, if you have a hard time finding some way somehow to get involved, contact us. We don't mind giving you some information or how to do it, because, you know, we always want other people to help out so that way they can feel as rewarded as we have.
Yeah. And check your district websites. I know SWATA has a volunteer registry. Sign up and select the committees you might be interested in serving, and one of the representatives or committee chairs will be in contact with you as well.
Okay, we'll see you next time on AT Chat.